The cosmetic industry teaches you to chase an ingredient. Cica, Centella, the miracle plant. But the ingredient is only half the formula. The vehicle carrying it determines everything. The INKI list is about to prove it. Two products carry the Cica label. One is a transparent Korean ampule. The other is a thick white French pharmacy balm. Their architectures do not operate on the same biological layer of the skin. This is not a competition between products. It is a masterclass using two formulas as dissection specimens. The science we extract from their INKI lists will permanently change how you read any skincare product. The INKI is the only honest document in skincare. Every label claim is marketing. The INKI is the blueprint. And the first thing it reveals? The word Cica on a product means almost nothing by itself. Act 1. The Skin 1004 Centella Ampule. 7 ingredients. No lipids, no fragrance, no alcohol. A formula of almost surgical minimalism. The K-Beauty promise. Pure botanical power. Concentrated and clean. Delivered directly to sensitive skin. The formula is built on a hydroglycolic chassis. Water as primary solvent, glycerin as humectant anchor, butylene glycol as co-solvent. This trio pulls moisture efficiently toward the surface layers of the stratum corneum. Glycerin is not passive filler. Studies show it prevents the crystalline phase transition of stratum corneum lipids and supports natural desquamation by facilitating the enzymatic breakdown of corneodesmosomes. It is a precision structural tool. Then comes the core active, Centella Asiatica extract. Go-to cola. Centuries of documented traditional use for skin conditions, surface inflammation, and scar prevention. The botanical heritage behind the Cica phenomenon is real and deep. But botanical heritage and cosmetic formula are two different things. Traditional preparations are water-based infusions, weak in actives, variable by definition. The extract in a product is not a medicine. It is a starting point. A whole plant extract contains hundreds of chemically distinct structures. Most are inactive ballast. Some interfere with the active molecule you want. And the active fraction concentration shifts with every harvest, every soil, every crop. This variability is not a scandal. It is a structural reality of botanical chemistry. A raw extract cannot guarantee a reproducible biological dose. For surface soothing, it may suffice. For tissue repair, it does not. The Skin 1004 Centella Ampule formulates this extract honestly, in a fragrance-free, allergen-free, lipid-free hydroglycolic base. The cellulose gum creates a fluid gel texture that spreads easily, absorbs instantly, and delivers immediate surface hydration without loading the skin. The safety profile of this formula is exceptional. Butylene glycol instead of propylene glycol, documented as significantly less irritating. 0 sensitizers, 0 preservatives that stress a compromised barrier. For reactive skin, this is near ideal tolerance engineering. But the formula carries one structural limit physics will not negotiate. 0 occlusive agents. No lipids, no silicones, no waxes. On healthy skin, this is a feature. On a genuinely compromised barrier, it becomes a precise thermodynamic problem. When the barrier is damaged, transepidermal water loss, TEWL, becomes catastrophic. The skin hemorrhages moisture through a wall it can no longer seal. Applying more water from outside does not solve this problem. It accelerates it. A light aqueous serum applied to that surface loses its water vehicle through rapid evaporation. The active compound loses its carrier. Stranded on a desiccated surface without a vehicle, the molecule cannot penetrate. It cannot act. A low-viscosity liquid also cannot maintain a continuous film on a creviced skin surface. It drains into grooves. The ridges, the tissue plateaus that need protection most, receive 0 coverage. The film fractures before it forms. This is the sealing of the aqueous serum on damaged skin. Not a brand failure, a law of physical chemistry. The Skin 1004 Centella ampoule cannot do what it was never built to do. The Act 1 verdict is precise. The Skin 1004 Centella ampoule is a high-tolerance preparatory soothing layer. Its biological target is surface reactivity on an intact barrier. For that specific skin state, its architecture is close to optimal. If the molecular science in this episode is the kind of analysis you want for every product you use, subscribe to Cosmetoscope. The INKI list is a language. This channel teaches you to read it fluently. Act 2. The La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm B5. 30-plus ingredients. A formula most consumers apply by instinct, never asking why it works. The INKI list contains an answer the marketing never bothered to explain. Read down the INKI list of the Cicaplast Balm B5. Past polymers, past silicons, past mineral salts. One entry near the bottom, medicaceticide. Not Centella Asiatica extract. One isolated, purified molecular compound. The difference is fundamental. Medicaceticide is not Centella Asiatica. It is the triterpenoid saponin extracted and purified from it. No botanical noise, no batch variability, a defined molecular structure with one biological address. The fibroblast. One instruction: synthesize collagen. But medicaceticide cannot deliver that instruction if the tissue environment is collapsing. The molecule is inert inside a barrier actively hemorrhaging water. The vehicle must act first. The occlusion is not packaging, it is the precondition. This is the twist. The Cicaplast Balm B5 is not primarily a medicaceticide delivery system. It is an occlusive fortress designed to stop TEWL, so the biological environment required for cellular repair can exist at all. The Cicaplast is a water-in-oil emulsion. The lipid phase is the external continuous matrix. Applied to skin, it deposits an immediate wash-resistant occlusive film. The water is internal. The barrier it creates is external. TEWL stops. The primary occlusive, hydrogenated polyisobutene, a heavy synthetic polymer comparable in function to petrolatum. Dimethicone reinforces with a silicon mesh. Shea butter fills the intercellular lipid deficit. 3 layers, 1 sealed system. With TEWL arrested and dermal water secured beneath the occlusive shell, the sealed environment activates. The skin's repair enzymes, inoperative on a desiccated surface, have the aqueous medium they require to function. The biology begins. Inside that sealed environment, medicaceticide executes phase 1. It silences the inflammatory cascade. Clinically identified as a potent, soothing, and antipyretic agent, it interrupts the chemical signals driving itching, burning, and surface redness at their molecular origin. Phase 2 is where repair becomes structural. The purified medicaceticide signals fibroblasts directly. Purified compounds from Centella Asiatica, including medicic acid, stimulate fibroblast synthesis of type 1 collagen, the primary structural protein of the dermis. This is not surface conditioning. This is a directive issued at the cellular level, a purified molecule commanding the dermal architecture to rebuild. The tissue responds not to a botanical suggestion, but to a precise molecular signal. The copper-zinc-Zn-Mn mineral complex completes the repair system. Copper and zinc function as enzymatic cofactors for collagen fiber assembly. Panthenol supports re-epithelialization, as the repaired dermis requires a fresh epidermal surface to close. Aluminum starch octenyl succinate and silica address the formula's primary cosmetic liability, the heavy, greasy finish of a pure with-O emulsion. These powder agents absorb excess shine, shifting texture toward a drier application without breaching the occlusive architecture. The Cicaplast Balm B5 carries two limitations. Its occlusive architecture makes it inappropriate on oily or acne-prone skin. Comedogenic occlusion on intact sebaceous skin is a real risk, and the white residue on application is unavoidable. Act 3. The diagnosis this masterclass was built to deliver. 2 formulas, 2 biological targets, 2 different answers to one question. What state is my skin actually in? That question is the only one that matters. Skin state 1. Surface reactivity on an intact barrier. Temporary redness, sensitization, stress response. Structural stratum corneum architecture is preserved. The inflammation is shallow. Occlusion is not required. A clean aqueous botanical base is the correct intervention. Skin state 2. Genuine barrier rupture. Post-procedural trauma, severe eczema flare, deep structural disruption. TEWL is elevated. The stratum corneum cannot self-seal. An aqueous vehicle will strand its actives. Occlusion is not optional. It is the prerequisite. These 2 products are not rivals. They are instruments for different biological states. The intelligence is not knowing which is better. It is knowing which state your skin is in and why the vehicle makes that determination. The verdict: surface soothing on an intact barrier. The Skin 1004 Centella ampule delivers near optimal tolerance engineering. Structural barrier repair. The Cicaplast Balm B5 offers a clinically coherent occlusive system with a purified active at its core. The INKI never lies. The vehicle is half the biology. The skin state you are treating, not the ingredient name on the label, is the only compass. Read the list. Understand the architecture. Choose.